What is good, everybody? It is your boy, the one and only King Tyson, y'all. We back here for another episode, y'all. We back here for episode 44, y'all. We back here for episode 44, man. This shit is crazy. We going up and we keep going up. We going all the way up. We going all the way up, y'all, in 2025. Appreciate everybody for pulling up, man. There's another episode, another weekend. About to pull off, y'all. What I got going on this weekend? You know, this nice ass weekend we got. Alright. So what's going on in the world? So Smackdown was crazy as usual, like I always say. Smackdown was crazy, it was lit. It felt different. It felt different this time. I don't know why, it just felt different. Smackdown just felt different, y'all. Put in the comments how y'all was feeling about Smackdown, man. We got Backlash coming up. Backlash is the next premium live pay-per-view, y'all, or event, what they call it, PLEs. So Backlash is the next PLE, y'all. Backlash is the next PLE. That will be May 10th. May 10th is the next pay-per-view. And we got some matches lined up already, y'all. Already. WrestleMania was just, 2 weeks ago? Now we're already in, the post-WrestleMania. The backlash from WrestleMania. So yeah, the shit is crazy, man. The shit is crazy, man. Alright, so let's before we get into Friday Night Smackdown, like I always ask y'all every week, how was the week? Like I talked to y'all earlier this week, how was the week? Hope your week was successful, productive, and now hopefully everything went your way, alright? This is your boy, man. This is the freaking weekend. This is the freaking weekend, alright? So look, we're gonna go ahead and get into Friday Night Smackdown. That shit was crazy. So look, when Smackdown started off, you know how they show everybody coming in the ring and shit, getting ready for the show. But Damian Priest, they showed that Damian Priest was arguing with Jacob Fatu. Damian Priest says he is coming for Jacob Fatu's United States Championship, y'all. How y'all feeling about that? Damian Priest versus Jacob Fatu for the Men's United States Championship. Who y'all think is gonna win out of that? But we're gonna talk more about the United States Championship a little bit more later on in the show. Later on in the fucking show. Alright. So look, as that was going on, can he talk? As that was going on, LA Knight seeing, all that shit was going down at the same time. He was like, he ain't got time for that dumbass shit. Damian Priest arguing with the Bloodline 2.0. So LA Knight came out, to the ring. He said, and when he came out, he said he was pissed that he had to fight, Drew McIntyre to be the number one contender. Once you lose the championship, you automatically get, your rematch clause. So he was mad as hell that he had to, fight for a contender spot to face, Jacob Fatu for the championship. LA Knight did not like that shit at all. He was pissed the fuck off. Also, LA Knight says the match, the match didn't go his way. He said thanks to Damian Priest and Solo Sikoa, who interfered in the match, in which they did, y'all. Remember last week, Solo Sikoa gave LA Knight the spike, and then Damian Priest. So Damian Priest came out to attack Drew McIntyre from WrestleMania. Y'all, we already know that Drew McIntyre defeated Damian Priest at WrestleMania. He beat the shit out of his ass at WrestleMania too. I was shocked. I was like, God damn. So Drew McIntyre won at WrestleMania 40 and at WrestleMania 41. But remember, he beat Seth Rollins for the championship, but Damian Priest cashed in on his ass. He cashed in on his ass. So this is still going all over from WrestleMania 40, y'all. This shit is crazy. So Damian Priest ended up coming out, y'all. Damian comes out to talk to LA Knight. And LA Knight and Damian Priest say, we ain't got no problems with each other and shit. But Damian Priest explains why he interfered in the match. He says because of Drew McIntyre kept, saying his fucking name. He kept his name in his fucking mouth. He said he even put his family name in his motherfucking mouth. So Damian Priest said he had to attack. He had to get Drew McIntyre. He had to get him. So, LA Knight was like, he understand that. You got to do what you got to do. He said, but you did that at the wrong fucking time, y'all. He said, LA Knight says, Damian Priest chose the wrong time to interfere with my fucking match. He said, the ref rung the bell really because of you, Damian Priest. And Damian Priest was like, not for real. Damian Priest puts the blame on Solo. He said Solo the one that actually came out here and gave you the motherfucking spike.
Come on, dog.
He said he spiked your ass. He said really, that was Solo's fault. So Damian Priest continued. He was like, he says he was saving LA Knight from a Claymore. He was like, the match probably was going to end anyway. And so LA Knight was like, oh really? He said, you don't know what the fuck the match is going to, you don't know how the match is going to play out. LA Knight tells Damian Priest, don't put your failures on me. So don't put your failures on me. You lost. You got Claymore at WrestleMania. You lost. So they both was looking at each other. Was like, yeah, we can go back and forth with this shit, this tit for tat all fucking day. And LA Knight was like, yeah, we can. So Damian Priest tells LA Knight, he says this situation would be happening if you didn't have your head up your ass at WrestleMania. It was like, oh shit. So Damian continues. He says that Damian Priest says, screw the match for later. He said, let's have a match right now. Because the match, I guess, was going to be the main event match, y'all. But Damian Priest versus LA Knight. But they ended up having the match right then and there. So LA Knight and Damian Priest had a match. LA Knight and Damian Priest went back and forth with that match. The turning point of the match is when Damian Priest did the Razor's Edge to LA Knight, y'all. Then later on in the match, LA Knight gave Damian Priest a mega suplex off the top rope. And then when Damian Priest and LA Knight was ringside, Solo came out of nowhere, y'all, in the attack. And started to attack Damian Priest. The ref rung the bell. That was it right there. There was another disqualification. So Solo ended up attacking LA Knight. And then when Solo was about to spike LA Knight, Damian Priest smacked his hand down like, motherfucker, you about to do that shit again. So LA Knight did the BFT to Solo Sikoa, y'all. He did the BFT to him. And then Damian Priest and LA Knight was in cahoots. LA Knight, well, Damian Priest was like, bring Solo Sikoa ass to me. He was like, kick his ass out the ring. So LA Knight ended up kicking Solo out the ring. So Damian Priest ended up, he was about to choke slam Solo Sikoa right through the announce table. But all of a sudden, the one and only Jacob Fatu comes out. He came out and he attacked Damian Priest. And then he did a Samoan drop on the announce table, but he did not, they ain't break the shit, but that shit was crazy. I was like, damn. So as we know, we can see a fatal four-way matches coming up for that United States Championship. And we're going to talk more about that a little later on, all right? So let's keep it moving, y'all. Let's keep it moving. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe to your boy, all right? So we got a new tag team called, I hope I don't destroy this shit. It's called Fraxium from NXT, y'all. They debuted last week. They had a match against Los Garza, and they ended up beating the shit out of their ass. So this week they had to face Pretty Deadly, and Pretty Deadly was not so sure that they was gonna that Fraxium was gonna win the match. They was talking shit to their ass backstage. So when the match came along, Fraxium did it's called a Phoenix Splash. They did the Phoenix Splash, and then they did the Spanish Fly, and then that was it. That was a finisher move right there. They ended the match. They ended the match right there. So Fraxium defeated Pretty Deadly. So do y'all see Fraxium being a tag team champion? Taking the tag team titles away from the Street Profits. Hopefully the Street Profits keep it long enough this time. But anyway, so the Street Profits are the tag team champions. So do y'all believe that Fraxium will be taking the tag team titles away from them? Put in the comments, alright? Let's keep it pushing. So backstage with Nick Aldis, we had Nick Aldis backstage. Michin and B-Fab was back there as well. And they wanted a shot at Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez tag team championships. So as we know, that I said on last episode, that Liv Morgan, it will be taking off because she will be in a big Hollywood movie. The movie is called what is the name of that movie, y'all? Start with I want to say it's lieutenant or something like that. It's like a bad cop, good cop type shit. I want to say it's lieutenant or something like that. But don't quote me on that. Put in the comments, what is the name of that movie? But anyway, Liv Morgan will be in a new Hollywood movie, y'all. So y'all stay tuned for that. So Liv Morgan will be out for a little while. So after Michin and B-Fab, requested to face, Liv and Raquel, Chelsea Green, Piper Niven, and Alba Fire came in the office as well. Chelsea Green came in the office wearing all black. Due to her losing her the Women's United States Championship against Zelina Vega. she lost to Zelina Vega. Nick told Chelsea that Piper Niven will be facing Zelina in a match tonight, and if she wins, she'll be in line for to face Zelina for the title. So they was fucking freaking the fuck out. They was like, oh hell no, oh hell no, her ass ain't about to face shit. So we keep it moving, y'all. We still backstage. We're gonna keep it moving. So we're gonna move. Nia Jax is back, y'all. Nia Jax is back. At first I thought she got released. I was like, damn, they brought her back for a year and they released her ass. But anyway, Nia Jax is back. And she says when she was at home getting focused. Tiffany Stratton ended up coming out, y'all. She says she beat the GOAT at WrestleMania, which was Charlotte Flair, which is true. She did beat Charlotte Flair. She said she's a different Tiffany Stratton this time. She said she beat Charlotte Flair, and she said she is glad she cashed in the Money in the Bank contract against Nia Jax, and she said she would do the same thing over if she had to. And she also said she would do the same to Nia Jax as far as beating her ass.
Come on now, dog.
So she's a difference. Tiffany Stratton says she's different. She's gonna just beat the shit out of everybody this time around. She's not being this little cute girl no more. She's like, I'm gonna beat these motherfucking bitches' ass.
What did he say?
Wait away. Tiffany Stratton continues. She says she'll fight Nia Jax anytime, any place and anywhere. Because Nia was saying, you scared of her. I mean, she said she was scared of her, and Tiffany was like, no, I ain't scared of no goddamn fight. She's like, I'll beat your ass anytime, any place, anywhere. But as they were saying, as she was talking, Naomi comes out, y'all. Naomi comes out. And she was like, y'all two bitches was a pain in my ass. Back, last year when Tiffany Stratton and Nia Jax, were a thing. They was like tag team, or I don't know if Nia was using Tiffany as her puppet, but remember last year, Tiffany and Nia were the best of friends, and they was cheating in every match they had. So Naomi was like, Tiffany hasn't changed anything. Naomi said, I've changed. She said, I've changed. She says, not only will she throw y'all asses on a car, she said, I will throw you under a car this time. So I would throw your ass under a car this time. She said, I don't give a fuck. She said, what I did to Jade, she had that shit coming. She took the spotlight away from her ass, and Naomi said, and I took the championship away from Jade. So Jade comes out, y'all. Jade comes out pissed the fuck off, man. Pissed the fuck off. She was walking out real hard. So Jade, Naomi, Tiffany, and Nia Jax, they all started fighting each other in the ring, man. In the ring. So Nick Aldis came out and he was like, how about this? We all can see this happening. So he said Jade and Tiffany Stratton versus Nia Jax and Naomi. So that is the main event. We're going to talk about that match later on in the show, y'all. How y'all feeling out there? It's a freaking weekend, alright? Let's keep it pushing. Backstage, y'all, we had The Miz and Carmelo Hayes, alright? And Carmelo says that he is tired of people playing with The Miz's name. And The Miz said he's gonna beat some respect into Aleister Black. I mean, yeah, that's his name, Aleister Black. He's gonna beat some respect into Aleister Black, y'all. Because remember last week, Aleister Black came out for like a good 5 minutes. He kicked The Miz in his motherfucking face, and then he sat back down in Indian style in the middle of the fucking ring. So it will be The Miz versus Aleister Black. So we're gonna talk about that match after I say this. Crown Jewel, y'all. Crown Jewel, y'all. It will be in Perth this year. Y'all, usually Crown Jewel is in Saudi Arabia, so they switching it up this year. Crown Jewel will be in Perth, and it would be October 11th, y'all. So make sure y'all stay tuned for that Crown Jewel, all right? So I don't know if they still gonna be doing the Crown Jewel Championship and the Crown Jewel ring. I heard there's a lot changing this year. There's a lot. I heard they're not gonna do the King and Queen of the Ring, and it was something else. But you know, these are all rumors. These are all rumors. All right, let's keep it pushing. So the Miz versus Aleister Black. So during that match, Carmelo distracted Aleister. Then the Miz. This is like the midpoint in the match right now, y'all. So midpoint in the match, Carmelo distracted Aleister Black, and then the Miz, you know, tried to capitalize on it. He slammed Aleister's chest into the goddamn apron, and then Aleister, at this point in the match, Aleister reversed the Miz's finisher. He was about to give the Miz, he's about to get Aleister the skull crushing finale, but he reversed it. The Miz looked real shocked. He looked scared, actually, not shocked. He looked scared as a bitch. He was like, "Oh fuck, this motherfucking crazy." So Aleister Black ended up kicking the Miz in his motherfucking face as one of his finisher moves. He kicked his ass. The Miz dropped to the motherfucking ground, y'all. The Miz dropped. Then Melo tried to distract Aleister again, and then the Miz, did like a schoolboy pin. He popped up out of that. Aleister Black ended up kicking the Miz in his face again. He said, "This time I'm gonna just pin him," and then Aleister won that match. So this is I won't say second time he is losing to Aleister Black, but this is the second time the Miz is getting dropped by Aleister Black. Drop kick. But anyway, so look, y'all, we're gonna keep it pushing. We're gonna keep it pushing, y'all. How y'all feeling out there? It's a Raw Smack Talk, episode 44, y'all, with your boy King Tyson. All right, let's keep it pushing. Backstage, Santos Escobar tells Phoenix that his match at WrestleMania 41 was a big embarrassment. Y'all remember that Phoenix had to face El Grande Americano because of Rey Mysterio ended up getting hurt. Rey Mysterio handpicked it, Phoenix. So Phoenix ended up losing to him. So Santos said that was a big ass embarrassment. So Santos said Rey Mysterio handpicked your ass. Like I just said, he said he handpicked you and you blew it. You blew the fucking match at WrestleMania, one of the biggest nights of your career, and he said you fucking lost. So Phoenix was like, "Hey man, look, you with all this stupid ass talking, you talk too goddamn much for me." So there's only one luchador that he trusts. And he said that one luchador is Rey Mysterio. He said, if you got a problem with me, you can meet me in the motherfucking ring. So Phoenix versus Santos Escobar. We're going to talk about that match in a few minutes. All right, but right now we're going to talk about Zelina Vega versus Piper Niven. So the match, we're going to start off with a couple of highlights, y'all. Zelina Vega ended up winning the match. Thank God. So, Zelina did a backflip onto Piper Niven. These are a couple of highlights. And then mid-match, Zelina ended up, she lines her up for the 619. She lined up Piper Niven for the 619, but Chelsea Green ended up distracting Zelina. And then Chelsea and Zelina was arguing. So Piper Niven was about to attack Zelina from behind, but she ended up hitting Chelsea instead, and Chelsea ended up falling outside the ringside and shit. So Zelina rolled up Piper Niven. When she did a schoolgirl roll up or schoolboy roll up, the ref counted at 3, and that was the fucking match, y'all. That shit was crazy. So Zelina is on top of her game right now. I'm amped up for Zelina. I'm proud that she is the Women's United States Champion. And I also seen that Zelina even took her United States Championship to her father's grave, y'all. So that was nice of her. So big ups to Zelina Vega. Hope she keep that title for a good little while. Alright. Let's keep it moving. Backstage. We still backstage. Well, we ain't still backstage, but backstage, y'all. Let's go backstage. Nick Aldis set up a match for Jacob Fatu in a triple threat match at Backlash. So Solo kind of intervened with that match. He was like, why is he having a triple threat match with, these people? And Drew McIntyre was the one that beat Damian Priest at WrestleMania. So Solo said it should be Drew versus Jacob for the United States Championship. So Nick was like, yeah, you're right. It shouldn't be a triple threat. It's gonna be a fatal 4-way match, y'all, at Backlash. Now we got Jacob Fatu versus Drew McIntyre versus LA Knight versus Damian Priest for the United States Championship. That is gonna be crazy. So Solo and Nick also was left in the office. Solo told Nick that he was trying to screw Jacob. He was like, come on, man, I see what you're trying to do. You're trying to screw Jacob. So Nick Aldis was like, nah, Solo, you are. He said, you're the one that's trying to screw Jacob. They're not me. Alright? So we're gonna see how that play out, y'all. So how y'all feel about it? Y'all think Solo Sikoa is trying to screw over Jacob Fatu? Put in the comments right here on the Raw Smackdown, because I believe so. Alright, so then we're gonna keep it pushing. We're gonna keep it pushing. Randy Orton came out, y'all. He ended up talking about the one and only, the GOAT, the last real champion, John Cena, y'all. John Cena. So Randy Orton says John Cena is arrogant and selfish, and he's in the title break that gets what he wants. Randy says Cena took advantage of the PG era, y'all. He said he was walking around like he was a real life cartoon character. He says while he was walking around acting like a cartoon character, Randy said he was walking around here being true to his goddamn self. So he was being himself the whole time while John Cena was being somebody that he isn't. So Randy Orton continues. He said John Cena doesn't give a damn about the WWE universe or anybody else in the back. He says that John Cena doesn't have any kids. Remember last week, y'all, John Cena said he don't got no kids because he was raising the WWE universe's kids for the last 20 years. So Randy says John will not erase him or his family from the WWE or the history of the WWE. He was mad as hell. He said John Cena would not erase him at all. He would not be the last real champion. Randy Orton says John Cena isn't the last real champion. He is the latest legend that he has to put down, y'all. I was like, oh shit. Randy Orton said John Cena is the latest legend that he has to put down. So Randy Orton continued. He says he is going to kick the head off of John Cena's. Why you gonna kick John Cena's head off his fucking shoulders, y'all? He's gonna kick his head off his fucking shoulders at Backlash. So y'all remember we got John Cena versus Randy Orton for the Undisputed Championship at Backlash. So make sure y'all tune in, alright? Let's keep it pushing. Backstage again, y'all. There was a lot going on backstage on Smackdown. Backstage, you had Nia Jax and Naomi. So Nia says that she's gonna forget what Naomi said to her earlier, and that she is going for gold. She is not worrying about Naomi. She is worrying about that title that Tiffany Stratton has, which is the WWE Championship. So Nia says, handle what you got to handle with Jade and stay out of her way. And Naomi just said, sure, and walks out. She's like, okay, you give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about that shit you talking about. So we still backstage, y'all. So backstage, R-Truth, y'all. The one and only R-Truth. That's the legend, too. R-Truth tells Randy Orton that John Cena will beat the shit out of his ass at Backlash. So Randy Orton was like, what? What the fuck is you talking about? What the hell is you talking about, R-Truth? So Jimmy Uso pulls up on him and was like, hey man, you know how R-Truth is. And Randy Orton was like, yeah, I know. And then Jimmy was like, what are you doing, R-Truth? And then R-Truth was like, John Cena is my hero. He is the last real champion. He is the last real champion. He said, how he know? Because he told him. He told him that he's the last real champion. That's what R-Truth said. So do y'all believe that R-Truth is gonna have something with John Cena, meaning he's gonna help John Cena out at Backlash? That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking R-Truth is gonna help John Cena out at Backlash, because he is so sure that John Cena is gonna beat Randy Orton next week, y'all. So make sure y'all tune in to Backlash, May 10th. Alright? we're gonna keep it moving. Remember, we got Phoenix versus Santos. So the match was good and whatever. They was going back and forth, but Phoenix, finished them all with a kick in his face, and he ran up, while he was on the top rope, he did his signature move, and then Phoenix did his finisher move to Santos, and the ref counted at 3, and that was it. So Phoenix did exonerate himself from WrestleMania. He did prove himself from WrestleMania because he took a big L to El Grande Americano at WrestleMania 41, y'all. So also, like I said, it's a lot going on backstage. So backstage, again, we had Jade and Tiffany Stratton backstage. So Tiffany tells Jade to stay out of her way, and Jade tells Tiffany to stay out of her way. So both of them basically said, stay out of my way and there won't be no problems. Jade tells Tiffany that her and Nia Jax will be going one-on-one next week for the number 1 contender to face Tiffany Stratton for her championship at Backlash, y'all. So who do y'all believe is going to win? Will it be Nia Jax or will it be Jade? But I believe it's going to be Nia Jax again, y'all. I believe it's going to be Nia Jax next week. Alright, also next week we got John Cena returning, y'all. John Cena returns the day before Backlash. The day right before Backlash. So that shit is gonna go down. So make sure y'all tune in to Friday Night Smackdown next week. Also next week, the main event will have LA Knight and Damian Priest versus Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa. Alright? Let's get it. Alright, make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe to your boy, man. This is the Raw Smack Talk, episode 44, man. We're moving on now. Alright. Thanks for joining, man. I appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all keep in the comments going. Let's get this algorithm going, alright? We down. We made it, y'all. We made it to the main event. Jade and Tiffany Stratton versus Nia Jax and Naomi. Alright? So let's get this. The winner of the match was Jade and Tiffany Stratton, y'all. Hey. So let's talk about it. So Nia was taking it to Tiffany ringside, and Jade was taking it to Naomi in the ring. So when Nia tagged herself in, she took out Jade, and then she punched Tiffany in her motherfucking face. Tiffany Stratton fell out, ringside. Jade was during the match. Jade was struggling to tag Tiffany in, y'all. She was struggling big time. They was beating the shit out of her ass. So Nia did a Samoan drop and then a big leg drop to Tiffany, but then Naomi tagged herself in at the same time. So Nia was like, "What is you doing? You about to fuck up the whole thing." She was about to finish her right here. So and then so then Naomi, tried to do her finishing move to Tiffany, but Tiffany Stratton put her knees up, so she ended up reversing that. She put her knees up. Tiffany finally tagged Jade, and Jade was on fire. Jade kicked Naomi in her face, and then she kicked Nia Jax out of the fucking ring. So later on, Jade ended up choke slamming Naomi. She choke slammed the shit out of her ass, y'all. She choke slammed the shit out of her. And then as the match went on, Nia was pounding Jade with multiple body splashes, y'all. So then Jade, as she was about to hand Jade, Tiffany Stratton did a swanton bomb off the top ropes into Nia Jax, so she broke up the pin. So in the corner we had Tiffany fighting Naomi in the corner, and then Nia Jax just ran to the corner and smashed both of their asses.
Come on now, dog.
She squashed them, in her words. So Nia was about to do her, annihilator to Jade, but then Jade ended up getting up. She did a powerful power bomb to Nia, and then the ref counted to 3, and that was the match. I was like, oh shit, she won the match. That's what's up. I was proud of Jade. Finally, Jade doing her thing. So Jade and so the ref was about to give Tiffany Stratton, her championship back at the end of the match, but Jade ended up taking it from the ref, and Jade put it around her shoulders like it was her championship. And then as she was giving it back to Tiffany Stratton, you know, they was playing like a game of tug of war for a second. And she was like, give me my goddamn title back, bitch.
What did he say?
So all of a sudden, Naomi came from behind Jade, and basically she pushed Jade into Tiffany's scratch, and Tiffany fell out the ring. And then you know, Naomi was attacking Jade at the end, y'all, and the one and only Naomi was holding the title up at the end of the match. So I can see a fatal 4-way match. They should have a fatal 4-way match for the Women's WWE Championship at Backlash. But we gonna see. We are going to see. I believe that match between Nia Jax and Jade is gonna get fucked up next week. I believe somebody's gonna go in there and you know, interfere, and it's gonna cause for disqualification. And then they, like I said, they should have a fatal 4-way match. Well, anyway, y'all, that was it, y'all. That was the Raw Smack Talk, man. We did it. Episode 44 is down and out, man. I appreciate everybody for pulling up with your boy every week. Like I said, every week, man. We moving on up, man. Remember, we're on the road to 10,000 subscribers, y'all. We're on the road to 10K. Let's get it. So let's get these comments up. Let's get these subscribers up. And let's get it together, alright? Let's get it together, man. Appreciate y'all. Alright. So like I said, on every episode, y'all could have been anywhere in the world, but you're right here with the one and only King Tyson. I will see y'all on episode 45, y'all. And I'm out of here. Deuces.